Box Meat?
Yeah, Box Meat.
You're like 19 years old with a stripper agency.
Yeah.
The axe was grinding.
I was mad.
A lot.
I was pissed about that.
You talk about Ru a lot. Do you think you are bitter? G'day, welcome to RnR with me, Courtney Act. Today's episode is a character study. I've known Willam for many, many years. We've worked together, had fun together, partied together. We don't always see eye to eye. But one thing that I do love is that we're always able to talk about our differences. Please welcome my sister, fellow model, vocalist, bandmate, the beauty, the glamour that is Willam.
RnR!
I want to start with some compliments. You look perfect and beautiful today, as always.
Thank you so much. When I walked in and saw you in the dressing room, I was like, get out of that mirror because I want to look at myself. I look so good. But also I was like, yes, Courtney put on some fucking hair.
Who can argue with this hair?
I can't. Versace, Louboutin.
Thank you to Willam, my executive producer, for my Versace twin set.
Yes, a little twin set. It's just perfect. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
You are pretty.
Thank you.
We're not like the Mistress Isabel Brooks show. You know, Frumpa dumps in t-shirts and some contour. Jesus Christ, please make me cry like Eureka.
It's easy to savor more this summer with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. You just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want, like singing disco classics in your living room or sunbathing on the beach. Get started at factormeals.com/Courtney50off and use code Courtney50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. One of the things that I love about you most of all, which other people may know but may not fully comprehend, is like how much of a hustler you are. Like, people talk about stuff they want to do, but you're one of those people who talks and does it. Like, you don't stop. It's amazing to watch.
When I was 14, I figured out what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be in tabloids. I wanted to be famous. And I knew I had to finish high school before I left to like go do those dreams and bullshit, just because you need a degree, whatever. It was the 90s. I got out of school when I was 16. And at that point...
Well, I want to go back... emancipated at 16, because I've heard you say that before.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, emancipated at 16 like sounds like something horrible and dramatic happened.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, but nothing bad happened. In reality, the judge at this court asked my parents, can he live on his own? What do you think? And they're like, he's been working since he was 12, because I had been a busser for like 4 years at that point. I'd saved. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to New York. And my parents were like, yeah, he's good. Like, we release him.
Where does that hustle come from?
I don't know. I have this need for people to pay me attention. And I hope for it in a positive light where I hope I have some sort of it factor where people just want to like be in a room with me and want to party with me and they want to think I'm fun and stuff.
And you came out young?
I was never in.
You were never in.
It was my mom wrote in my baby book, he's either gay or a ballerina. She was right. I had a gay uncle and a gay aunt. So the chance on just my dad's side. So the chances on that side were like 40%. And my mom might have had a gay brother.
I met your mom and dad in Florida once briefly in a dressing room. And it was really cute.
People look at them and they're like, how did you come from that? And I'm just like, to me, I'm normal. It's to everybody else, I look like a fucking dumpster fire with glitter.
You don't look like a dumpster fire with glitter, but like, obviously there's something exceptional about
my mom
you
had
and the way you
3
look.
pieces of makeup growing up. She had like a coral blush, a blue eyeliner, and then like a brown eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So when I snuck in her bathroom to like try to get into drag, that was it.
When did you first get into drag?
Oh, I was playing in it when I was like 4 and 5.
Oh, wow.
My sister and I had a hoarder great aunt who had to be evicted from like 3 or 4 apartments, and every time all of her hoard had to go. There was tons of costume jewelry. Me and my sister would see how much we could put on all of our arms. And then when she came to look for us, we would jump in the pool. She only had one eye, but we would jump from the roof. And then she would always be like, I see you jumping off the roof. We're like, you don't see nothing. You can't see. You're seeing wrong.
Look at you now.
I mean, I did put a ring over a glove.
And one of those rings lights up.
Yeah, I mean, you need a little bit of sparkle, I think. Just not too much.
I feel that you have like a freedom fighter quality where you want to like call it out, hold people accountable. And if anybody listens to Race Chaser, which I'm sure they do if they're here, so thank you. You talk about Wow and Ru a lot.
I was trying to think back because I knew I was coming here and that was one of the things we were going to talk about. I was trying to think about what was the first brick that I threw at them? My problem with them started out with them not treating other people how they would want to be treated. They treated us very poorly on set. One night when there were 12 of us left, we were given $75 in cash to eat. That wasn't enough for 12 men. They didn't know our names. They called Latrice La somethings 3 times on a walkie. I was like, no, you need to learn our names. You're making money off of us. We don't let straight people disrespect us and call us he, she's, or whatever else they were calling us. Because there was all that kind of talk. It was 2012. We had a straight girl who worked with Chanel named Casey who said, I like y'all. I just don't know about gay marriage and that, you know? And we were like, why are you here, bitch? And I was mad. So I was like, I'm going to speak up on this, and this isn't fair. And we give you money to get tights and makeup and shit, and we have off days, and it's still not here. Where's our shit? We give you laundry because we don't have time to wash it. You're supposed to. You don't bring us our clothes back? Like, this is not how it works in Hollywood.
So you were, like, holding them accountable.
Well, these girls were fine with it because they were just happy to be there. And I was like, no, this is bullshit. And I knew I wasn't trying to win anyway. So I was like, I'm calling you. This is wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. So I was mad about that.
That's that sense of justice. Like, is that something you've always done?
I've always been that person to say something if someone cuts and like no one else is going to say anything, I will. But it was after the season had aired and the producers came up to me and hugged me at the reunion to say thank you for making good TV. And I was like, thanks. That was nice of you. I'm glad I did my job. See you on All Stars. At that point, the reunion was happening and then we were going to do Drag U. They called me to do the blocking for Drag U. And it was just a blocking day. I was just, because I was local and I could do the thing. Fifi couldn't get on for Drag U because there was a background check issue and she wasn't passing it in May, early May. So then when June comes around and Fifi's scheduled for All Stars, you're not going to pass a background check in a month. So they knew Fifi wasn't going to be at All Stars by then. They let me think that whole month leading up that I was going to be on All Stars and gave me the list and everything. And then 2 days before I'm supposed to be there, like, yeah, it's not going to work. And they said, you have no stakes with any of the other cast members. Stakes meaning they wanted me to fight with Fifi. And when that happened, I was like, but you knew a month ago. I talked with Fifi about it and thanked her that I got my Drag U slot because of her. Because I also got an episode of Drag U to actually film, not just the blocking day. And I was kind of gagged that someone would waste my time like that, full well knowing. They just left it till 2 days before, 40 hours. I felt like useless. And like...
And you'd be packed and ready and have spent money on outfits.
I was in a dressing room at Siren trying on a pleather dress, like powdering up to get in it. So I was pissed about that. I was like, don't waste my time. I could be spreading the gospel of Ru somewhere else at a gig. So like, why are you fucking with me now? So I wrote that song, RuPaul's, which was cute. Then when they started fucking with other girls' time and money, like when they didn't pay Alyssa for Alyssa's Secret, she came to me to ask how to get paid for season 3. And I was like, you haven't been paid? And I was like, here's some points you should hit about travel and how much you've spent and about how many gigs you've missed because of them flying in you last minute. Like, to pay for your own lodging? Like, gag. And then we both did a gig for World of Wonder once upon a time. We were guest stars on a show. I got paid because they knew if they didn't pay me, I'd talk shit about them. They didn't pay you until you asked.
What was the show?
It was when we guested on It was the same day. We both did different sets. And then you got paid. That's how this company thinks they should treat drag queens.
Do you sort of feel like a leader of the resistance in a way?
I don't want to call myself a resistance because I love World of Wonder's products. I like their documentaries. I like their TV shows. I like a lot of the people there. And I say these stories over and it makes me sound crazy and bitter, but like the facts are there.
I feel in a way like you're part of the story and your actions kind of just make the story richer and more interesting.
My gratitude is not conditional on my mood. It's always there for RuPaul and for World of Wonder.
But you're able to hold those two ideas in your head at the same time and be like, I'm grateful and I appreciate you, but also there's some things that I think should be different.
I think I'm great at separating art from artist. I mean, that's why I think we can be friends despite your music.
Oh, that's funny. We can be friends despite your music. When you got kicked out of DragCon, I remember on the podcast, the axe was grinding
I was mad.
a lot.
I was mad because like when I step into DragCon, it's like those kids going through the closet in Narnia. We become kings and queens. We're respected there. And I was being so disrespected there. I was floored and nobody around me would do anything because the clowns were running the castle.
It's kind of like a kick in the guts when you get thrown out of there because this is meant to be like our place that we helped build in a way.
We did, yeah.
It sounds like as though you reclaim that power by talking about it on the podcast, and there's a way of like taking that power back by telling the story yourself.
Yeah, just because they're loudest doesn't make them right. And I wish that other people would realize that. And they are the best exposure if you're a drag queen and you don't want to like maim yourself on Dragula. But I don't think I need to kowtow to them anymore because I don't want any of the gigs that they have. Everything that they do in their basement, I can also do.
Is there a world where you would want to like be on good terms or like feel good about it?
My ethos is go be on good terms with others as far as humanly possible. I literally have the Vicky Vox line in my head about wishing for the most benevolent outcome each day when you wake up. And I try to stay kind until it's to the point where I'm questioning myself. And I'm trying to keep it lighter on the podcast and keep it more fun because I see people calling me bitter and like mean or angry or whatever. And oh, Alaska's just putting up with him and look how uncomfortable she is. And he's ruined her all winners chance.
Do you think you are bitter about it?
I think that's a section on my palette that some people may find satiated when they look at me.
Like, and I don't say it as a critical thing, but like...
You know me.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter.
In another world, you might just walk away and not look and not be talking about it.
It was just a gig from 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But in this world, I'm still in it.
Yeah, because you're reviewing it. And I love Race Chaser. I listen to every single episode. And it was 12 years ago, but also, I don't know, that's why I kind of think of that like
now.
resistance.
I am okay with burning the bridge to light the way if it helps others not fall in the same traps that are set, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, by the people that can give them big breaks.
Do you think...
I was always that girl, though. I did a show with Chad Michaels, and she had to get a 1 by 1 inch section of her head shaved. And they're like, oh, they gave me $100. And I was like, you would have gotten way more than that if you would have like looked up how much it was on SAG. You would have gotten $800 for a haircut. It's those kind of things where I'm like, I'm a Cancer and I like to help people. Really, that's just a way of saying I'm nosy and I like to get in people's business. But I honestly do like to help people. I want to give people, if I made a mistake, I don't want them to make it. I want to give them intel.
Don't you just love summer? More sun, more light, more time to be outside doing all of the things you love. And you know what I don't want to be doing all summer is stuck inside, sweating over a hot kitchen, spending hours cooking. And that is where Factor comes in. Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals are ready in just 2 minutes. Factor has 45 weekly menu options. You can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. And you can choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. And Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle, with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. Factor has got your whole day covered. I use Factor and you should too. It was the perfect addition to my busy schedule and the food is so yummy. A full, balanced meal, hot and ready to go in just 2 minutes. Love that kind of stuff. Get Factor if you want all of the flavor and none of the fuss so you can enjoy your summer. Get started at factormeals.com/Courtney50off and use code Courtney50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Courtney50off at factormeals.com/Courtney50off for 50% off plus free shipping. I think of you as like a provocateur, an agitator, a disruptor.
Drag should be all of those things too. There's a reason people look at drag and we're at the front of the parades because we aren't the norm. And that's why when drag queens like try to just like look pretty and be normal, I'm like, what event are you going to? You're
sitting right here.
You look fucking great. I'm not talking about you obviously right now. But yeah, I'm okay with disrupting and causing a scene and getting attention.
Do you think you're like a drag queen whistleblower?
Technically, yeah, but I think people would also try to examine my intent behind doing it and whether that was for my own personal gain or shine or clout, or was it because I actually cared?
It could be both of those things.
Yeah, it could be, but I think you know which one it really is.
Because I know you and because I see your world, I understand it all. And
Mhm.
when people are like, she's just grinding an axe or she's bitter, I'm like, I want to try to bring some understanding to like that narrative.
I do try to see where other people are coming from and put them in my shoes. When I ran the stripper business, I had to deal with bad news from a stripper.
Just for context, you had a stripper agency where you would like book boys go-go jobs
Yeah.
around WeHo.
And if they ever fought with me, I'd tell them, put yourself in my shoes. And if I was in drag, I would take off my lube and be like, here, you can try it on.
Box meat?
Yeah, box meat. I was booking 12 clubs in LA, and then I started doing Vegas from around 2002 until 2016.
You're like 19 years old with a stripper agency.
Yeah.
There's all of these sort of like exceptional
How did that happen?
things
How in the world
about
did that
you.
happen?
Yeah.
I definitely like knew from an early age I didn't want to work for anybody.
Now, I know that you didn't read business books because you famously had never read a book until, what was it?
I used to tell people I never read a book till I wrote one.
But you did.
I used to read a lot.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to be a lawyer because of John Grisham books. Then I wanted to be a witch because of Anne Rice, or like a vampire. And like I was always thinking like, oh, Ally McBeal, I could be a lawyer.
Same.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I just started watching it again.
It's so
really
good.
Fun. Where do you think that entrepreneurial spirit comes from?
Career day, I have in my little thing from when I was a child that I wanted to sell juice and be a juice man with like the little cart with the barrels. I think that was just a euphemism for prostitution though, probably. Sell the juice.
All of these moments that we've talked about that you, I think, are glad that you've done, but is there ever any regret in there?
Can you have regret while still being glad that you did something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think any of it's gotten in the way of opportunities?
Yes. I'm banned from all Viacom properties, which is MTV,
How do you know that?
Comedy Central, because I'm banned.
Okay.
They've told my representation, we can't have him. We love him, but we can't have him.
Right.
Maybe something else, or we'll remember for this time or that time or whatever. I'm banned.
How do you think people see you and how do you want them to see you?
I don't see how that's any of your business. I would love for people to remember me as someone who made them happy. Because like laughter is my favorite sound, and they don't need to remember what song I sang or what I performed, but I want them to remember they had a good fucking time when they were hanging out with me. And it's one of the reasons I want to open a bar. I want to facilitate good parties. Cancers kind of do that. We're good with spaces. We want to make sure people are having a good time. And that way I don't have to worry about going to other people's bars and paying $9 for water at the Abbey. Come on, $9?
I think you do make so many people laugh. I remember during COVID, I was like, what do I want right now? What do I want right now? And I was like, I want to listen to episodes of Race Chaser with Willam in Alaska.
Your friends,
And
yeah.
I just remember putting it on and like feeling sick, but just the sense of relief that came from just listening to two people having fun. And often I get stuck on like meaning or importance, but actually like laughter and fun and joy is just as, if not more important than those things.
Yeah, I'm in the service industry where people are giving me their attention when they could give it to anybody. So I'm going to, goddamn it, look pretty enough that they won't look away or be entertaining. Like I want them to keep coming back because they watched or they saw and they liked and they're happy. And I'm glad I could do that now with Mom and like giving other people opportunities to shine.
Yeah, you're kind of creating like your own world and your own legacy. And
me and Alaska are not fucking around by calling it Moguls of Media. Like this is the beginning. I like to be able to help break a ceiling down and pull girls up by their ponytails. That's why you got to pin your hair on, girls.
Oof.
Pin it on. Not
have
us. I have
4 French pins holding this back
I have
piece
4
on.
in too. But we're fine. We're legends.
We're just sitting here.
We're gorgeous.
We are in a girl group forever. AAA girls.
I think it's a woman group now.
Ooh,
we're all over
we've
40.
grown off. I remember when we toured in 2017.
I definitely am happy about us being in a girl group together because when we did fight on that tour, it made for a great documentary.
Well, thank God we had cameras.
They
just got a check for royalties the other day.
They didn't want to give us cameras at full screen, probably because they were already on their way to bankruptcy. But I was like, we can't go on a bus without drag queens. Last time we did that, it was bots, and the bus caught on fire. And thank God I started filming. And then David used that for the bots opening for the next year or whatever. I've always been that person with the audacity to press record And I'm glad there are people that are like that because someone wants to watch.
There's like a fierce sense of independence in you.
I like to be able to run if I have to.
Where does that come from?
I'm too old to fight in human hair, so it's flight now. I went to jail for battery once, and I try not to hit people anymore.
I've never thrown a punch.
Really?
Yeah.
Boring.
A girl called Shelley Miles taught me how to throw a punch when I was 14 because I was like,
oh no.
And she was like, no, you need to like connect it from here to here. And there's lots of like dots that have connected today about like Auntie Hoarder and the jewelry and the emancipation. And there's like this fierce sense of independence. You love to zig when other people are zagging. Like you don't want to do the thing that other people are doing. Is that just who you are?
I want good things to happen for good people. And when I see them getting short-shifted, I feel like if they did it to them, they could do it to me too. Just because you are the biggest fish in the game doesn't mean you can write all the rules and make it, oh, this is how drag is now, just because you do Drag Race. You're like, no. Like, drag is not just people under 33 who fit Viacom's demographic. It's all kinds of people.
And you're creating those opportunities in your own way, which is a great thing,
I'm trying to be the change, yeah.
You're trying to be the change you seek in the world.
Honey, is that a change?
Take on the summer with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want, like dressing like a supermodel and being charming on a talk show. Factor meals pack in flavor with none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/Courtney50off and use code Courtney50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. In today's conversation, what have we learned?
The Courtney Act definitely doesn't need to put a little more pink in that eye because it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wait, do you like this pink eye?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think today I learned that you have been like unconditionally you since you were an itty-bitty human being.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Irrepressibly Willam.
You look like your pillowcase right now. You're so pretty. It's so
This is the hair that the pillowcase was based on.
So beautiful.
Thank you. The acronym RnR traditionally stands for rest and relaxation. Do you have a different acronym?
Roids and Ragers. RnR. Let me think. R. What are things that I like that start with R?
Resistance.
Yeah, resistance and resuscitation, because it sounds like sucking. Yeah, resuscitation. I like that.
Resistance and resuscitation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to RnR with me, Courtney Act. I would love to thank my friend and guest, Willam, and executive produceress. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for being here. You can follow her on social media at Willam. I am at Courtney Act, and you can email the show at courtneyrnr@gmail.com.
Tell them about my OnlyFans, too.
And you can subscribe to Willam's OnlyFans. How do you search for Willam?
You can just follow your nose. You'll find it.
Oh, see you next time. Ad-free versions and extended episodes of RnR with Courtney Act are available on Mum Plus Gold at patreon.com/Mum Plus. RnR with Courtney Act is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mum, hosted by Courtney Act, produced by Big Dipper, edited by Griffin Dunn, theme song and audio supervision by Will Pitts, engineering and technical direction by Margot Padilla, media and design support by Stone Cole, set design by Ara Sevilla, production assistance from Austin Garcia, chairs furnished by Ellison Studios. Executive produced by Alaska, Willam, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. Today's episode is a character study. I've known William for many years.
Oh.
Mom!